Speaker is Ian McIntyre, toast to the Lassies. Ian is an old friend of mine, we went to school at the same time, 49. He's an avid fan of Burns and is invited to speak at many Burns suppers, not just in Britain, but throughout the world. He's just returned from St. Petersburg. He is also our General Officer and responsible for posting trade items on Facebook, Twitter and all types of media. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ian McIntyre.
Welcome, ladies. Gentlemen, it's my pleasure this evening to propose the toast to the bonny lassies. Now, I've stepped in almost at the last minute. David Mundell MP, the Scottish Secretary, was due to speak here tonight, but he contacted Ian to say he no longer does the lassies. As my good friend David Smith here always reminds me, public speaking is like laying a carpet. You need a flair for it. It's nice to see some old faces here tonight, some old faces that could do with new faces. And Billy, I don't know if you've seen Billy, he's just back from Dubai, and Lee, his wife, is complaining that she couldn't see the Flintstones on telly there. Apparently, in Abu Dhabi, they do. I need to make a wee mention of Gordon there. Gordon was indeed the physio at Queen of the South when Billy McLaren, who was known as Psycho, was the manager for some strange reason. And there was a game where Gordon went on, a player had sustained a pretty serious injury, and Gordon brought him off. And Psycho says to Gordon, "What's wrong with him, Gordon?" And Gordon says, he's had a serious head knock, he doesn't know who he is. Psycho says, "Tell him he's Pelly and get him back on." Gentlemen, if you want your wife to listen and pay attention, talk in your sleep. Utter a few words at the altar when you're married. Utter a few words in your sleep. You could find yourself divorced. There was a lass and was fair at Kirkcudbright to be seen. When our fairest maids were met, the fairest maid was Bonnie Jean. Bonnie Jean's not here tonight, but her daughter-in-law is Evelyn Allison. She's sweet and naive, and don't you agree, Ian?
Should have got the specs in.
Ian Allison, there's a man that was reared when meat was cheap. Chatting earlier to Evelyn, she never ceases to amaze me. She was concerned about the giant pandas in Edinburgh Zoo, you know, the ones that are having problems conceiving, Chan Chan and Yang Guang. So I says, "Well, I don't know, what's the solution?" She says, "Put them in benefits, put them in council house and Dalbeattie, they'll soon get pregnant." Maybe Dalbeattie is the Gala and the Stuart. It's a bit like Romania, but without the gymnastic ability. Dalbeattie were they voted to keep the gyro rather than the euro. The tune where there's two women for every man, usually the same two women. The tune where the gene pool has no deep end. As Ian pointed out, we were at school together and he was quite small. In fact, he was so small when we were at school you could see his legs in his passport photo. He came from a hard-working but very poor family. His mother used to buy all his clothes at the Army Navy store, and he was 12 before he realised that he wasn't a Japanese admiral. Business picked up with Douglas Swan and Sons. And this was round about the time your father got the Moscovich van, Ian. His mother I asked him what he'd like for Christmas, and he says, can I have something to wear, something to play with? So she bought him a pair of trousers and cut the pockets out. Ian, of course, as we know, is a special constable, an admirable vocation. Been doing it for about 30 years, I think. He's known in the police as Tenzing because of the amount of time he spent in a Sherpa van. Father Dookie always had Springer Spaniels. Mind that going to run away to London here and play the trumpet in the underground. He went from Barking to Tooting in minutes. Another Ian that's here tonight's my good friend Ian Smith, somewhere in the corner there. I sailed with Ian a bit. I wouldn't say his boat's old, but when he bought it, Long John Silver still had 2 legs. And the parrot was an egg on his shoulder. 2 lawyers on the top table tonight. You can tell it's cold, I've got the hands in the rain pockets. We came up here earlier to set the room up, and just as Sandy left and he come back and he said, just watch what you're doing, and the police van's down the road, you know, the cameraman. Thanks very much, Sandy, and I thought, it's great having a lawyer as a pal. Tonight he hands me the bill. It's nice to see the Irvine Trades here. These guys support us year in and year out. Not only do they support these events, but they dig deep. I hope you've dug deep tonight, guys. But anyway, they do dig deep, and they dug very deep for me for my Russian charity. So thanks for that. I remember the first time I went to Irvine, I'd never been before. And of course, I'd heard all this stuff about tribalism in Ayrshire, particularly in Irvine. But when I got there, all I could find was alcoholism. They all talk of your drinking, gentlemen. How many ever mention your thirst? You're a bit slow. George, if you got that banjo, you might understand that. Jimmy Burns is up there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's something different about you when you arrived tonight, Jimmy. I couldn't work it out. Your mouth was shut. Jimmy was too wee for the Polish, but too big for the circus. He worked at Westbrook in Prestwick Airport. And Tanya McCormick there was at the bar, and she says to him, what did you do? And he said, air traffic control. She says, you might have made a right arse of the high street, didn't you? To see her is to love her, and to love her forever. For nature made us, which she is, and never made another. And that's from C.E. Bonnie Leslie, and we've got our own Bonnie Leslie here tonight, Provost Leslie Garbutt. And Leslie's another person who's been a tremendous support to the trades over the years. And she never turns anyone in need away. She found a wee boy creeping his eyes out in the street the other day, and she says, what's wrong, son? He says, my mother's dead. She says, well, I'm sorry. She says, I don't think I know you, are you Irish? I'm Dad, Mrs. And she says, well, where's your father? He's dead too, Mrs. She says, oh, that's terrible, that's terrible. She says, I'll take you to the priest. And he says, well, Mrs, if it's all right with you, I'll give that to Miss Sex. It's the last thing in my mind at the moment. Local hero, Graham Hewitt. He's always got his party piece to tell people. He tells them he fell out of a 10-storey building and he lived to tell the tale. He never tells them it was the ground floor he fell out. Stuart Simpson was telling me that his wife Sue apologised to him for the first time today. She said she was sorry she ever married him. Sue will feel at home. There's some Yorkshire company here tonight. Dave Holman. I wouldn't say he's tight, but he's got no TV licence. I said, look, you could be sent to prison for that. He says, I know, and I can watch it free there. Dave Hobman, the York Rhino, thick-skinned and knows how to charge. As we're being piped in just at the start of the evening, gents, Come past the table here, Tanya Moran bent over, and I saw the cleavage, and I wasn't sure if she was falling her out or if I was going to fall in. My husband Bruce was in Tesco's the other night. The man came in, he's covered in blood. He asked for 10 carrier bags. They're a bit slow that day. We used to call it the remedial class. So the assistant says to the guy, what have you been up to? And he says, I just killed my wife and I've dismembered her. I want the bags to dispose of her body. 10 minutes later, he's back asking for another bag. She says, I've just given you time. What do you need another one for? And he says, well, the arse fell out the last one. What do we think of when we think of Burns and the Lassies? Gentlemen, my love is like a red rose that's newly sprung in June, or to see her is to love her but forever. Or had we ne'er loved so kindly, or had we ne'er loved so blindly. Or there were 12 wives, 12 wicked wives, earthly off my Gandhi, the root they cast upon a time, who tower a drop of brandy, a bloody road and forcey grows, and leaves all Mary flitting, and farting by the fire end, for she was going to shitting. She farted by the fire end. She farted by the stable. Quick and nimble were her legs, as fast as she let the dike back. And racks and fussel tokens. With peas and beans, we do her thighs, and she cracking our stockings.